Are the Golden State Warriors, the architects of modern NBA dynasties, suddenly suffering from a severe case of amnesia? Have they forgotten that in the high-stakes game of free agency, hesitation isn't just a weakness, it's a death sentence? We're standing on the precipice of a new NBA season. The whispers of training camp are growing louder, and yet a dark cloud of uncertainty hangs heavy over the Bay Area. The reason? A baffling self-inflicted contract standoff with rising star Jonathan Kuminga, a situation that's not only pushing a valuable young talent to the brink, but also holding a host of crucial veteran free agent hostage. How can a franchise renowned for its shrewd management and long-term vision allow such a critical piece of their future and the immediate reinforcements they desperately need to twist in the wind like this? This isn't just a minor snag in negotiations. This is a full-blown crisis of confidence, a strategic misstep that could unravel the Warriors' carefully constructed plans for contention. The silence from the front office is deafening, the frustration from the waiting free agents is palpable, and the stakes for Jonathan Kuminga's career and the Warriors' championship window have never been higher. We're not just watching a contract dispute. We're witnessing a high-wire act with no safety net, where every passing day without a resolution pushes the Golden State Warriors closer to a cliff edge they seem stubbornly determined to approach. For months, the basketball world has watched with a mixture of anticipation and growing bewilderment as the Golden State Warriors and their promising young forward Jonathan Kuminga have remained locked in a stalemate. Kuminga, a restricted free agent, has made his intentions clear. He desires a long-term contract that reflects his growing value and his pivotal role in the Warriors' future. He's looking for security, a commitment that acknowledges his development and the potential he brings to a team desperately trying to extend its dynastic run. Yet the Warriors, in a move that has left many scratching their heads, have reportedly only been willing to offer a 2-year deal worth between $40 to $45 million, critically with a team option for the second year. This offer, perceived by Kuminga's camp as a lack of full commitment, has created a chasm between the two sides, leading to a complete cessation of talks since July. The silence is not golden, it's a ticking time bomb. The implications of this standoff extend far beyond Kuminga himself, casting a long, ominous shadow over the Warriors' entire free agency strategy. With Kuminga's restricted free agent status, the cap space necessary to sign him to a new deal or to facilitate a sign-and trade remains tied up. This financial paralysis has left a crucial cohort of veteran free agents in an agonizing limbo. Imagine being Al Horford, a seasoned veteran who could provide invaluable leadership, rebounding, and defensive versatility, patiently waiting for a call from a championship contender. Or D'Anthony Melton, a tenacious defender and capable scorer, who could bolster the Warriors' backcourt depth. Gary Payton, too, a familiar face whose defensive prowess is missed, and even the possibility of a savvy playmaker like Malcolm Brogdon, are all caught in this agonizing holding pattern. According to Monty Poole of NBC Sports Bay Area, these free agents are quietly pleading for clarity. And who can blame them? They've been patient for months, watching other teams solidify their rosters, while the Warriors, seemingly paralyzed by their internal dispute, remain unable to move. Training camp is just around the corner, and professional athletes, especially veterans, need to know where they'll be playing, where their families will be, and where they can begin to build chemistry with new teammates. This isn't just about money, it's about professional stability and the respect of a franchise. The Warriors' inability to resolve the Kuminga situation is not only costing them valuable time, but potentially alienating the very players who could help them contend for another title. The strategic blunder here for the Warriors is multi-layered. First, Kuminga is not just another young player. He's a dynamic, athletic wing with immense defensive potential and an evolving offensive game. He represents the youth movement that is supposed to bridge the gap between the Curry-Thompson-Green era and the next generation of Warriors basketball. To risk losing him, or to force him into a 1-year qualifying offer that makes him an unrestricted free agent next summer, is to gamble with the future of the franchise. Second, the current roster, while still featuring its core legends, is aging and in desperate need of reliable, experienced depth. Players like Horford and Melton aren't just role players. They are high IQ veterans who understand what it takes to win in the playoffs. By tying up their cap space, the Warriors are essentially telling these vital pieces to wait, potentially losing them to other eager contenders who are ready to commit. The market has offered some interesting parallels that should, in theory, nudge both Kuminga and the Warriors back to the negotiating table. We've seen other restricted free agents resolve their standoffs. Cam Thomas, for instance, ultimately took the qualifying offer from the Brooklyn Nets, opting for unrestricted free agency next summer. This path, while providing immediate playing time, also carries inherent risks for the player, including injury. On the other hand, Josh Giddey, a young talent with a different profile, recently put pen to paper on a 4-year, $100 million deal with the Chicago Bulls. While Giddey's situation isn't a direct comparison to Kuminga's, it highlights the kind of long-term commitment that young, promising players are seeking and receiving around the league. These contrasting outcomes should serve as a stark reminder to both Kuminga's agent and the Warriors' front office. There are different paths, each with its own set of consequences, and the clock is relentlessly ticking. All eyes are now fixed on the looming October 1st deadline. This date is not just arbitrary, it's a critical inflection point. By then, if an extension isn't finalized, Jonathan Kuminga could sign that 1-year, $7.9 million qualifying offer. If he does, he would effectively be betting on himself, playing out the season, and then entering unrestricted free agency next summer, free to sign with any team he chooses. For Kuminga, this represents a significant risk, but also ultimate freedom. For the Warriors, it's a terrifying prospect. It means they would lose a valuable asset for nothing, squandering a third-round pick in years of development, while simultaneously failing to properly reinforce their current roster. The thought of Kuminga walking away next summer, leaving a gaping hole in their future plans, should be enough to send shivers down the spines of every Warriors fan and executive. The potential ramifications of the standoff are immense. If Kuminga takes the qualifying offer, the Warriors face a season where a key player might be playing with one foot out the door, a dynamic that can be incredibly disruptive to team chemistry. Furthermore, they would have alienated a talented young player and likely lost him for nothing. If they somehow manage to agree on a long-term deal, the question then becomes, at what cost and how much damage has already been done to their free agency pursuits? The longer this drags on, the more likely it is that those quietly pleading free agents will simply move on, finding homes with teams that are more decisive and less embroiled in internal drama. The Warriors need to add veteran talent, not just for depth, but to ease the burden on their aging core and provide crucial playoff experience. Without these additions, their path back to championship contention becomes significantly steeper. The Golden State Warriors, a franchise that has set the standard for modern NBA success, finds itself in an unenviable position, largely of its own making. The Kuminga contract standoff is more than just a negotiation, it's a litmus test for their current leadership and their ability to adapt to the evolving landscape of the league. Can they salvage this situation, secure Kuminga long-term, and still attract the veteran talent needed to compete? Or will their stubbornness and inaction lead to a season of regret, where missed opportunities and internal strife overshadow their championship aspirations? The clock is ticking, the pressure is mounting, and the future of the Golden State Warriors hangs precariously in the balance. So, what do you think, Warriors faithful? Is the front office making a colossal mistake by letting the Kuminga situation fester? Or is there a master plan we're all missing? And who do you think is feeling the most frustrated right now? Kuminga, the waiting free agents, or the fans? Let us know your thoughts, your theories, and your predictions in the comments below. If you're as exasperated as we are by this whole situation, hit that like button and subscribe for more unfiltered analysis and breaking news from around the NBA.